Xiaomi introduced the Redmi Note 13, but please do not confuse it with the rest of its siblings. We are only talking about one of the members, but remember that they also introduced the Redmi Note 13, Redmi Note 13 Pro, Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus, Redmi Note 13 Pro, and possibly they will continue to introduce more variants. So, this is a non-Pro edition, but with 5G. The screen is 6.67 inches with full HD plus resolution. Its technology is AMOLED and it reaches 120 Hz in its refresh rate, and its peak brightness is 1000 nits. In addition, it is a screen protected with Gorilla Glass 5, while its processor is the MediaTek Dimensity 6080 and arrives in configurations of 6GB of RAM with 128 storage or 256GB of storage with 8GB of RAM. In both cases, we can expand the storage up to 1TB. The battery is 5000 mAh and supports fast charging of 33 watts. With this, we realize that it is a basic device with 5G. However, the main camera is 108 megapixels with 8 megapixels for the ultra-wide camera and 2 megapixels for macro camera, plus 16 megapixels for the front camera. In addition, it does have a headphone jack and also comes with a fingerprint reader on the side. This device is available in graphite black, ocean teal, and arctic white colors. The price of the most basic unit is $229, but remember that prices here are not the same as over there. Now let me tell you about the Xiaomi Redmi Note 13 Pro 5G and the Xiaomi Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus 5G. These devices were presented today in conjunction with many others. In both cases, we find a 6.67-inch screen. It would seem that in Xiaomi there is a law that all models must have 6.67-inch screen. It has AMOLED technology, resolution slightly beyond Full HD Plus, and has 120 Hz in its refresh rate. It's protected with Gorilla Glass Victus, which is pretty amazing. And the Pro Plus model has water resistance with IP68 certification. That's right, a Xiaomi with water resistance. Make a wish. The Pro Plus model has MediaTek's Dimensity 7200 Ultra processor with 8 and 256GB or 12 and 512GB versions. The battery is 5000 mAh supporting 120 watts fast charging, which by the way comes included in the box. The camera is 200 megapixels with an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and the third camera is just a 2 megapixel macro camera with 16 megapixels for the front camera. There seems to be another law enforced at Xiaomi that all their mid-range models must have 16 megapixels on the front camera. It comes with stereo sound and in-display fingerprint reader. On the other hand, the Redmi Note 13 Pro has the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, in addition to arriving in the same RAM and storage configurations, but the battery is slightly larger at 5100 mAh, supporting a slower charge of 67 watts. In cameras, they have the exact same configuration, so as you will realize, the main difference is the processor and a tiny bit the battery and charging. The Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus is available in Midnight Black, Moonlight White, and Aurora Purple. On the other hand, the Redmi Note 13 Pro is available in Midnight Black, Ocean Teal, and Aurora Purple. The base price of the Redmi Note 13 Pro is $300, although remember that the prices here are not the same as over there. It is simply an approximation. On the other hand, the base price of the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus 5G is approximately $400. We have not finished with the Redmi Note 13, we are missing two. Redmi Note 13 and Redmi Note 13 Pro. In both cases, we are talking about models with 4G, unlike all their other brothers who have 5G. Both have a screen, how big do you think? Of course, 6.67 inches, Full HD Plus resolution, AMOLED technology, and 120 Hz in its refresh rate. Its maximum peak brightness is 1800 nits and comes protected with Gorilla Glass 3, although on the Pro model it comes with Gorilla Glass 5. The base model has the Snapdragon 685, while the Pro model has the Helio G99 Ultra processor. As for cameras, we have 8 megapixels for the ultra-wide camera, 2 megapixels for macro camera, and 16 megapixels for selfies. And the main sensor of the Pro model is 200 megapixels, while the base model stays with 108, although in both cases we see high-resolution sensors. They also arrive with headphone jack, Dolby Atmos, micro SD support, and IP54 certification, so they are splash resistant. In both cases, we see 5 mAh for their battery, but the Pro model charges at 67 watts, while the base model at 33 watts. You will find it in configurations of 6 and 128GB, or also 8 with 128, or also 8 with 256. The price of the base model is $179. But remember that the prices here are not the same as over there. On the other hand, the base price of the Pro model is $250. This comes in configurations of 8 and 256. 256 gigabytes or 12 with 512 gigabytes. In addition, it will be available in midnight black, lavender purple, and forest green colors. And if it seemed to you that Xiaomi was launching a lot of devices, let me tell you that there are also some new Poco, which are exactly the same as these I just mentioned, but with slightly different camera sensors. I don't know why Xiaomi is doing this flooding and saturating the market with so many models, but let me know if you like this strategy or not.